Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of... I'm just seeing here this little clipping here. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. Hearts of Iron 4 with the Total War mod, and of course we're playing as Germany. Probably knew all that from the title and thumbnail. Okay, now I think it stopped, but let's check our... Do we still have, modify lend lease? We're going to cancel all of this. Cancel, 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 cancel. We're done with the war. We got some air experience. We got some ground experience from being in it. Okay, send. Yeah, okay, we've canceled that. So Spain is now at peace. Our volunteers are coming home. We will now get a better handle on our logistics needs because we're no longer sending off a lot of stuff, but we need more horse equipment. We need some more mountain warfare equipment. Well, we need to produce some uniforms, mountain artillery. Okay, let's adjust some of this. Okay, fighters. Don't we have better fighter types? Thought we did have better fighter types. We do have better fighter types. Why am I not seeing 109s and things here when I come to production? Okay, early flying boats. Okay. Maybe it's just a display. Okay, then maybe it was just a display issue. There we go. Now I see all this stuff here. Just a display issue, I guess. For some reason it wasn't displaying over. So keep that in mind. People who are playing this, it is there. Okay, so we're going to go up from these old Hankel fighters to... I did want it because there was an earlier intermediate, or all this is sort of still very early, 109, but wanted to jump past it just to get numbers. So we'll convert over to that. Junker is mid-range. No, we don't have a better mid-range yet. Okay, but we got that. Better models. We're working our way somewhat slowly through these ships. Well, let's reduce the amount of light bombers we're building. Just because we do need more. Well, let's do mountain warfare equipment and mountain artillery. Pack artillery, I presume, is... There we go. And how are we doing for radio equipment? Radio equipment. Ooh, a lot. Okay. So we're not going to cancel that, but we're going to come down to just one factory of that. It's fine to overproduce some stuff like that at the beginning because obviously you can continue to use it as time goes on, but I think... Okay, so all of these things here we're actually producing more than we're sort of needing, but we have a deficit. We need armored cars, so let's come over. Well, I guess Yeah, for some reason when you're first clicking on some of this stuff, it doesn't show so well. Okay, yes, we'll do that. Now, how are we doing? Okay, we need more oil and more rubber. Well, let's not overgive them factories. Dutch East Indies. There we go. And for oil, let's reduce down because we're giving them too much in the way of factories. That would be better. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And let's see. Okay, yeah, that's much better. A little bit of deficits, that's fine. Oh, steel. We're bringing too much steel in. So let's stop that. And let's stop Sweden steel. Okay, so now we have enough steel, got 2 more factories. Again, let's look at here. Just plain uniforms we could use more of. And what else? Yeah, more horse. There we go, we get those done. Germany did use a lot of horses. Okay, national focus. Okay, we did this. August program. Okay, expand the Opal works. Okay, that's very, very tempting. Oil production. Okay, yeah, they did produce oil. So let's do that. 52 days. Okay, and we can produce more things. Synthetic oil refinery, naval dockyards, anti-aircraft, base, radar station. We're going to wait on some of those. And since we're just now into 37, well, we'll produce a few more civilian factories. And since the world is nice and peaceful, I'm no longer fighting in Spain. Let's speed that up. But then means, of course, I'm going to pause it to do this, to think here. Okay, well, German pilot training. Volunteers have returned. Good. London Naval Treaty. There is, I think, a break. Yeah, okay, we probably should do that next. Empire of Japan breaks the London Naval Treaty. Looks like we can scrap that right here. Gulp. Yep, let's do this. I guess this is a separate thing. Okay, and tanks. Medium Waffen-SS Panzer tanks and that. Okay, so we're going to do more factories, medium screen, and we're still researching that. Okay, well now that we're in 37, let's do that. And okay, so that should give us a lot more oil. Form the Reichsarbeitsdienst. No, we don't need to do that yet. Yeah, we could. Only 35 days. We'll do that. And let's see about improving things. And we can do up to 2/3 theorists at once with this. Okay. Designers may be more important. Air research time. Yeah, we'll grab that. Our Navy's basically the same. I don't think we've gotten but 1 or 2 new ships. No, they'd be showing up over here. Yeah, it looks like we've gotten 4 new destroyers added, and I'll just move them up to here, all destroyers. And another submarine, which, well, we'll leave. Oh, okay. What these are coming due. Okay. So we have that. We've got some of these coastal submarines, which we're going to complete just because, hey, why not? Let's select here. Coastal. They're going to be used so differently, so we don't want them in the same group. You get to come up over here to the other. Place. Okay, and we will. There we go. Okay, we bypassed that because of the event. Okay, so we've got that. That's good. West wall. Get event fortifying west wall. That's very good. Achtung Panzer. That will help with synthetic research, which we haven't done yet, but we probably should be. Construction research, that's good. "28 days, we'll do that. I liked it some, well, when everything's 70 days is sort of the standard national focus things, some stuff just is hardly worth it to do, but like 28 days to get a small bonus, sure, that doesn't take up much. Time, and let's see, got all of the essential ones already sort of rocking, so let's submarine yards improved, and keeping that going. Okay, pause. Messerschmitt seat already completed. Okay. Hindenburg disaster. Ma Click was annexed by the Reds. Wow. That'll change things a bit, I would say. Okay. Let's look. I think we may be overly... Yeah, we're bringing in, now that we did one of the earlier things, too much oil. So let's cancel these Iranian contracts. There we go. France and Britain announce an alliance. Why so soon? Don't know. Medium capital shipyards. Very good. And now that we have even more political power, speed, reliability, soft attack. That's the Polish company, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the Polish company. Don't know why it's here now, but I think CKD is... Oh no, this is the Czech company, I guess. Okay. I'm mistaken. Okay, medium as well. No, we're not. I don't know. We went tanks. Nibelungen, Burke. Research time, medium. Okay, speed, hard attack, soft attack. Looking for like a good reliability for armor, Daimler-Benz, just generally speaking reliability. Production cost increased. I didn't like that. I'm not liking any of these, so we're skipping that for the moment. Material designer, artillery research time, motorization. Hugo Boss, he was a very, very minor uniform manufacturer. I hate that that is here. I hate that that is here because that is bad history. Hugo Boss was just some minor little shop that made custom uniforms for whoever, or clothing, but got into the uniform thing. Weapons, artillery. Let's look here. Research. What is likely to be coming up? Okay, 38 we're going to be doing artillery. Then in 40 we're going to be doing artillery. Here. 38 we'll also be doing some small arms. 39. This also reduces production cost and industrial research. Oh, we can't do that yet. We have to have the Opal factory thing. Okay. Well, let's then come over here. Boy, I'm just not used to dealing with all of this. Okay. We want to get some of these other guys. We'll do that. Okay, the Paris Universal Exhibition. DEA. Okay, we need that. Man, maybe that's the one we need to do. 35 days. We're going to do that. MIFO bills, yes. Medium screen shipyards. Okay. And that gives us more shipyard, or we have more shipyards available. Okay, now production. Convoys. Let's do, yeah, 2 convoys a month. I don't know that that's enough, but that's some. Coming in now. Of course, we're going to get freed up some more stuff here fairly soon. 1937. Oh, okay. Lots of stuff. Amelia Earhart disappears. 1937 Tour de France. And tool maintenance. Okay. Now, all right. We are in 37, so we can pursue radio detection. Yes. Declared war on China. Okay, the big show starting out in the east, and we've expanded the Opal works. Okay, lots of things here. Condor Legion is back. That gets us battlefield support. That's what we're going to do. 14 days. And, well, okay, let's be careful about this. We need more uniforms. That's clear. We could use more horses, more utility vehicles, more support equipment. Okay, more support equipment, yes. More uniforms, yes. What else was that? Oh, horses or horse equipment, however you want to look at that. And let's do some more pre-war light vehicles. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Shouldn't that have come before? Well, I wish it paused on before the war starts, but whatever. Or just notification. Condor Legion, yes, okay, so. Hugo Sparrow, he's the guy with the monocle. Synthetic rubber. Anschluss, so we could do that now. What is Austria doing at the moment? This is probably too early. Okay, they're doing political effort. Have they gone through some of this? Looks like they haven't really had much of a naval effort. Yeah, okay. Hopefully they've gone through some expansion here with this. I can't see what they've done. Details. There are good reasons to sort of wait a bit for them, so we're going to wait a bit for that. But what is that be? Sweden. The RAD, you say, IKB? Probably. That's a decent one. Because we already have, well, we need that one. Okay. And, okay. I think it's time to start doing this. Which will mean it's time to maybe switch over our upper level political leadership. Chinese United Front forms. So now China, all but the Reds are one. Okay, disperse factories. Okay. German military mission to China. So traditionally, Germany had a good relationship with China. Not to say that they weren't part of the unequal treaties and all those things that the Chinese will bleat on about. Yeah, there are no such things, of course, as an equal treaty. Chinese just believe that they should always have the superior position in everything. Yes, Chinese are ultra-nationalistic people. Just the way they are. But Germany had a pretty close relationship. They were using China to a lesser degree than what was going on in Spain, but using it as a testing ground for their equipment and things like that. So Falkenhausen, or however you pronounce his name, was the guy. We can recall him, or we're going to recall him. So going to sort of disrupt, but pushes us along our path towards ally. I don't think there's a good reason, or you really have to do some good alt history stuff to try to defend China and have them your ally, and not Japan. I just don't see a good tactical way to do that well for us. So Japan is because I just don't see China winning. At least not AI on AI. Maybe a human versus AI, or human versus human. China might win. I've seen that happen. At least win on the mainland. But then what good does that do us? They're going to go to war with the Soviets? Going to go to war with the US? No. So, even if they do well, I don't see a good... Unless you're trying a peaceful path kind of thing, or a anti-Soviet but not anti-Western Allies path or something like that. Medium submarine yards and construction and that. Okay. So we have that now, which now opens us up for increased excavation, defense works, max entrenchment, base stability. Let's do that. Medium automotive factories. Okay. Well, let's do heavy aircraft. We will be building some, particularly flying boats and transport types. The RAD. Okay. We formed the National Labor Service, mostly existing of young men and women that are eager to work for our glorious nation. We have to decide if we want to use them to build up our country or send them to the factories. Interesting. Okay, which divisional training time, production efficiency, growth output, training time, construction speed. Now, historically, the RAD main sort of pre-war focus was to expand food production. It did a lot of work to try to put fields into food production. Various kinds of situations that could be whether just clearing trees and getting the sort of the fields generally ready, or going in and making drainage systems so you don't have too boggy of ground, or other stuff. And they are also doing like sort of construction here, more infrastructure type building stuff. Different, I'm not saying they didn't work on, I don't know of them ever working on the Autobahn. I believe they very well could have. I just don't know of them doing it. So it wasn't so much like Autobahn type work. It was more like country roads, country bridges, just trying to do all that kind of light construction work and pretty light things, you're doing with hammers, nails, shovels. Shovel was their symbol. Sort of light work like that. Now, once the war starts, they continue doing that. RAD is more or less compulsory. You go from the Hitlerjugend to Hitler Youth, which is giving you some military training, limited stuff, but going into that, and a lot of ideological training as well. And then you go into the RAD, which continues ideological training, continues limited military training, basically how to use a rifle, how to march, how to salute, those kind of things, and do, like I was talking about, doing light sort of construction, farm improvement kind of work. And it's compulsory for men. Women, I think it's voluntary. There maybe at some point in the war it becomes compulsory, I think, for women into the RAD, as they're pushing for greater mobilization. So then you go from, like I say, from Hitler Youth into the RAD and then into the army. So it's the step in between the Hitler Youth and the army. But once the war starts, I don't know if they were involved in Poland. Don't think so. I'm not sure if they were involved in the invasion of the West, but they were definitely involved in the starting days of the invasion of the Soviet Union. And right behind, I mean, more or less can see the front line to some degree, doing road improvements and temporary bridging over, blown bridges or damaged bridges and things like that they were doing, basically field construction battalions for the army. So they were doing that from fairly early on in the war. Because Poland just happened so quick, I just don't think they're there. I think they're involved in somewhat in the West. But do we want? Okay, so this RAD is division training time down 5%. So both division training times. So that represents their paramilitary training. Okay, construction speed, produce things faster, or factory production efficiency, growth, or factory output. Construction speed should affect everything. So we're going to do the historical one. That is sort of the historical path, shall we say. And that's the RAD symbol, is it? Okay. Why didn't you just get a shovel and do that? But, oh well. I mean, they already sort of made that. Just sort of shrink that down to the right size. Okay. Expand cooperation between military and civilian industries. Synthetic rubber, coal liquidization. 56 days. Not terribly long, but let's... Schnell bomber, research tactical bomber models, battlefield support, fighter arm, get milch. Probably should research land doctrine. That would be good. Research light model tanks. West wall. We'll start whatever the west wall thing is. See what this is. Note that we do already have some fortifications in this area. Interesting that they sort of go deep. Medium uniform factories. Okay, so we are all sort of caught up or actively researching there. I think we'll skip those for the moment. Partially because we can target some of the bonuses on some of these other things instead of use them, not really waste them, but use them on things that maybe not as important or don't need as done as fast. And there. Okay, 37. So we can now get the Stuka in production if we research that, and we'll be under that, which just reduces research time, doesn't help the fighters. But I think the fighters is where we really need the benefits. And we can do more production. Okay. We're stockpiling. We have a decent amount of that, of convoys. Let's do mid-range. Okay, we could try to do variants, but we don't really have much experience. So, stealth 15. We could do an improved stealth. Oh, that's too much. We'll just do improved stealth. Okay, so we'll have that. And I want to clear that out. Okay, mid-range type 2. And we'll get that into production. We could use more rubber. Because they're not sending us enough. Okay, we need... Oh, how interesting. Mutually exclusive, okay. But we need tank radio to be able to do this. Interesting, okay. So we need tank radios to research down past that. So we've got to get to there. How interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I'm liking that. Don't know that Germany shouldn't get, because look here, this is a 39 technology. They were doing the Blitzkrieg a bit before, so yeah. Definitely I would, yeah, for sure I would make it available a little earlier, 38, just because you have to sort of start researching some to push down the path. Well, let's do that. Let's make the Navy a little happy and give them a little research. There. Okay, fortifying the West Wall. Army pioneers have finished their survey of our existing fortifications and identified locations where they should be strengthened. The necessary construction orders have been placed. Okay. Well, there were no... Don't know what the hell these are supposed to be out here. Because there was nothing like that. Okay, so Wittenberg and Moselland. So that's okay. So good. So we'll get more forts there. Oh, add technology tank radios. There we go. See, they've actually thought of this. I was complaining about something. Here we go. I researched this. I get tank radios and Heinz Guderian is chief. Okay, yes. See, I was complaining about something they've already addressed. This is turning out to be pretty good. Like I say, I have some of my problems with it, but like the sort of early fortifications here, I don't know what that really was. Now they did. Well, I don't know about some of these forts. There were some interior fortifications in Germany. Not exactly sure what all of them were doing, why they were there, but there were some. Okay, we're gonna wait for getting the. No, we're just gonna wait. We'll build up some capabilities. Okay, again, let's be somewhat careful and scientific. What are we? Because are we anything that? Okay, we're green here on everything, so we're at least producing more than we're currently using up, as it were. You know, what we can do here is, I think would be a good thing to start doing. Okay, see this? I don't know why, because you can see this top one here is there. Let's go with medium tank. Oh, D, wait a minute. Okay, well then let's cancel that. Why is this showing up as outdated? What would be? Oh, okay. Okay, well I'm used to black ice. No, this is Total War mod, not the Great War mod. Oh, Origin. Okay, so how interesting. I'm used to black ice, in which you produce both of those things at once. Well, we're going to produce these for reasons. Reasons is a good term. Good enough. Now, okay, divisional HQ. Okay, Achtung Panzers tank radio. Great, that's what I was waiting for. Now, we can come here. We got that. Well, we could do that. Armored spearhead, or well, we can do both, I think. Okay. Let's get the armored spearhead going. And well, yeah. No, gonna wait for some of that maybe. Back here on technologies. Core HQ radios. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, closing and opening. But still the top one up there. I mean, it's an outdated thing here. But here all we're getting is the two. We're not even getting the light tanks. I guess there's sort of, well, no, I don't know. I think it may be having to do with this, the you know, the chromium is being put, you know, 4 things maybe. Something's messing with the display here. That we can't get everything on it. Doing that really helped here. Well, that's better now. Okay, now we'll see. Yep, doing opening and closing it. That got that done. Because now we have the latest stuff. So, yep, opening and closing it enough seems to do it, I guess. But you got to do it a few times. Okay. Well, again, let's look for armored cars, utility vehicles. We could do more utility vehicles, which is going to cost us more oil, which we'll probably have to import some more. Let's do that. More rubber. Well, let's we can still trade. Civil. No, we want to do military factories. And for another national focus. Okay, so we did that. Got Achtung Panzer Division. We don't quite need to go that far. Land doctrine research, electronics. That would be good. So we'll do that. Okay, Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon, which is basically the signed under the protest. This is what was sort of signed onto Hungary to post World War I. So it's getting out from under the, as it says, yoke of the Versailles treaties. And we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for liking. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow the channel. Really appreciate that, and I love hearing from you. So please post questions, comments, corrections, tips. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.